Automation over here is an AI meetings agent, and I'm going to show you how you can build it step by step. My name's Yash, and I run a company called Pluto AI. We're an AI automations agency where we help businesses build out automations, just like the one I'm about to show you how to build, to help streamline their processes and essentially reduce manual tasks and help them save time. I built this automation out because the business we're in, we have a lot of meetings, whether that's with potential clients or with existing clients. And normally I have one specific question that I just can't recall that I had in the meeting because I have so many in a day that I just, wanted to ask. So sometimes I'd go through the whole transcript just to find exactly what I was looking for. So I built out this automation, which allows me to just ask the question to the AI. The AI will go through the entire transcript and then essentially give me an answer that I was looking for. And it's all controlled by this dashboard over here. So essentially all I have to do is add the meeting link into this column here, enter the question that I'd like to be answered, and then essentially the AI will go over the entire transcript that it's got from this meeting link here, and then go and answer the questions. Now you might be wondering how I actually get the transcript from the meeting. So what I use is a tool called Fireflies.ai. What Fireflies.ai is essentially an AI tool that allows you to automate your meeting notes. So it'll come and join the meeting that you're in, it will sit in there and it will listen to the conversations you're having, it'll identify who's saying what, and then it will go and make a transcription for you, and it'll also create this really cool AI summary. So I tried initially doing this natively within Fireflies.ai where, I can just ask the question and they have this sort of functionality. However, they do have the functionality and it's called Ask Fred, but essentially they charge for this sort of thing and I ask a lot of questions. So, these bills could rack up really quickly where it's 1 AI credit per search and I do loads of searches every single day. So that's why I decided to build this automation instead. There's one thing to note, you don't need Fireflies.ai to actually create this automation. You just need a service that will transcribe your meeting notes, whether that's using Zoom's inbuilt feature, using any other AI transcriber, or just downloading your entire meeting through MP3 and then just putting that through a transcriber. That's kind of another way to do it, and you can do that directly through make.com as well to automate the entire process. There's 100 different ways you can go and get a transcript for your meeting. This is the way I do it, but of course you can do it your own way using your own tech stack. So now that I've got that out of the way, let's start with how to build this entire automation. So the first step here is the trigger module. Every single automation starts with a trigger that will kick off this automation. So this trigger module here is it will watch for new rows that have been added into this Google Sheet. So every single time I add a new row, for example, here with the Fireflies link and then the question, this will go and trigger this automation. And this is exactly how I have programmed this Google Sheets module. So I've just connected it up to the meetings AI agent dashboard. I've connected up what sheet name it is. And I've also put the limit as 2. So it'll only go through 2 new additions at a time. You can change this number. It doesn't really make a big difference. And that's about it, to be honest. This is exactly how this module is programmed. Now, this next module here is a little bit more complicated. What it is a text parser. And I'm going to show you why we need a text parser. So it all relies on this module here. So it's called Fireflies.ai, which is what I just showed you. And essentially to get the transcript, you need a transcript ID. And how you get this transcript ID is through the link of the actual meeting notes that it's taken. And that's why we need this text parser here. So if I just go and flick back to the meeting notes, you can see on this link here, this S8X4, etc., this little thing here, this here is the meeting ID. This is what you need to get the transcript. Now, how are we going to extract that from this long link? So to extract it, that's where you need this text parser. So with this text parser, you use something called regular expressions. So essentially what a regular expression is, it can extract and look for a pattern within a certain amount of text and then go and grab it. So with this one here, right, we can see the pattern. It has 2 colons here and then the code. And you'll see similarly, all of them have it like that in that link, whereas 2 colons and then the actual code. So that's exactly what this pattern is using. It's using these 2 colons here and then the actual code. And that's how the regex is set up. So this might sound complicated, like how exactly do you come up with this pattern? And quite honestly, the easiest way to do this, if you don't really understand how regular expressions work, and there's tons of tools online that can teach you how to do that, is just use our good old friend ChatGPT. So here's ChatGPT, and as you can see, all I've entered is, here is the link I want a regex that will extract the code, and then I just put whatever code it was from this link, and then ChatGPT will come out and spew out the regex. And the great thing is it'll also go and explain why it's using this regex in case you're interested in that. So that's exactly how we've done this section here. So then we've gone and got the code, and then we go and get Fireflies to go and get the transcript for us using their inbuilt make.com API. Great, so now we've got the transcript, what to do next? Well, we need to make sure this transcript is formatted correctly so we can pass it to ChatGPT easily. And the thing with the Fireflies API that you'll find, if you're using Fireflies, is that it gives you each sentence as a separate kind of variable here. So for example, you can see the raw text, hello, how are you? And then the next question is, I'm fine, how are you? And this is not very useful because we want it all in one big chunk of text. And right now it's giving us all of this in 202 different sentences, which is crazy, and we don't want it like that. So that's where this iterator and text aggregator comes in really useful. So the first thing we need to do is go over every single sentence, and that's where this iterator comes in. And lastly, once we've gone over every single sentence and we've combined them all, that's when we need to use this text aggregator. So we want the speaker name and then the actual sentence, and we want it all as one big block of text. And that's what these two modules are doing. So if I show you exactly what I'm talking about, so here we saw it was in a bunch of different sentences, and right here, if you look at the output, so the input was all of this, where you can see the text, speaker name, and then this. And then if I show you the output right here, it just comes out as one big block of text with speaker name me, and then text hello. That's it, in one massive big block of text. So now that we've gone and manipulated the transcript to have it exactly how we want, we then go to ChatGPT over here and we input all the information we need. And this is exactly how I have prompted this ChatGPT node. So I'm using the GPT-4o mini system because it doesn't really need that much complex computing power where you need the GPT-4o or the O1 system. GPT-4o mini is quite a bit more cost effective and it works really well for this. So some of the text content, I've just given it as a system role as you're a specialist at answering questions based on a transcript given to you. And then super simple prompt. I want you to answer this question based on the transcript I'm giving you. And I've just put the question we've got from the Google Sheet that we entered initially. And the second thing is I've passed the transcript in. This is the combined transcript that we formatted earlier on. And I don't want really long answers. I just want to see at a grasp exactly what the answer is. So I always say answer concisely, and then the AI will go through all that transcript, answer the question, and it's done. And the last step here is to add that answer back into the Google Sheet, and that's exactly what this is doing, and this is exactly how it's coded. So we connect it up to the Google Sheet we like. We add the row number that we got from the Watch New Rows module because we want all of it to be in the same line here. So for example, if the Watch New Rows module got row 7, then we want the answer to also be in row 7. And lastly, we want it to be in column C, and this result is just the output from ChatGPT. And then this will go and neatly put our answer right here or here, depending on which row the initial module grabbed. That's it. That's exactly how this automation works, step by step. And it saves me a bunch of time just asking a bunch of questions away and getting the answer really, really quickly. So if you found this automation useful or interesting, it'd really be useful if you could interact with this video. Helps out a ton. Thank you so much, and see you in the next one.